of the things that you need to be able to do is have the finances for them to be able to, right now, they're only giving me the very worst. If you have a problem of something on your street or on a street or two around you, or if the neighboring property that's not even in our subdivision is doing something so horrible that you would like the homeowners association to do something about it, you're going to have to pay for it somehow. Reasonable, the word reasonable is in there because that is actually a defined term that has a legal significance. Reasonable means that in the eyes of the law, that's what a jury is. A jury is reasonable. They decide whatever reasonable is. That's why we put that in there. So to the extent that someone did say, we don't agree with whatever those attorney's fees are, we want to challenge it, you get to go to a jury and the jury says whether they are or not. That's
Okay.
your checks and balances. It's in the document. That's
Right.
why that word is there.
There's a provision in there about special assessments for community-owned property, which we don't have.
Correct.
And so is there, can we, since it doesn't apply and it sets off all kinds of bells and whistles in my head, can we remove that, or is that required legal
No,
format?
okay, we put that in there because ultimately, let's assume, for instance, you're getting this, trail here. And let's assume a house somewhere along that trail gets condemned, okay? And the city of Houston knocks it down and all of a sudden there's a lot that's available for $40,000 and it makes great sense to have maybe a park for the kids. Do we want to have these documents have the ability, to give the board the ability to add amenities? Because that's,
That's pretty low.
no, I mean, we put it in there to give, so that there could be growth in the documents.
You're making assumptions for something that doesn't exist.
Well, yeah, exactly, it is built for the future. I don't want to do a document, draft a document and get that document, approved or not by the homeowners. And then 5 years from now, we go, golly gee, there's an apartment complex right next to us. It's the worst thing in the whole wide world for this community. It's full of all kinds of fill in the blank. And it's for sale for almost nothing. And we could put in whatever we want. Or we could just buy it and sell it to a developer. Or God only knows what, to not have that there as an option. That's why I put it in. I built it in and to give you growth.
When we, in here it says, in addition to the annual assessments, association may levy in any assessment year a special assessment. Does A mean one a year?
Correct.
A means one a year?
Correct.
Okay.
But if you know what it's for, it would be for those things that we don't have yet.
Yeah, I understand that,
Or
but I
take-
just want to clarify the language there.
When you go to mandatory dues, the books and records are 100% open, other than things such as the individual accounts of your neighbors. You're not going to be able to see that. You're not going to get that. Did my mic die?
Talk loud.
You don't need a mic.
You don't need
I've never needed a mic, but I want the people online to be able to listen to this.
We can share.
Well, anyway, you're not going to get your neighbor's accounting of what they owe, whether they've paid, they haven't paid. You're not going to get what the association is talking about for going to litigation. In other words, until it's a public record that we're in a lawsuit with so-and-so, the fact that we're mad at so-and-so is not going to be available. There are a few other things that the property code allows to be executive session type items.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, it's mostly legal, and for that, I mean, it's under, back to this gentleman's point a moment ago, I run y'all right now. I make this association jump through all the hoops of Chapter 209, even though it doesn't apply, because I want them to get used to having full, open, honest disclosure. And I think that y'all put the financials out at the annual meeting. Do y'all have them up online? Do you have them on the website? And obviously they're going to have to continue doing that so that y'all have the financials and y'all see the financials, have the ability to call them on the mat on the financials. And when y'all finally get enough money through these mandatory dues, I highly recommend that y'all get them audited annually. And that be posted online as well, so everybody has a copy of that. But you have to have the funding for it.